Hello. Just a quick little short one here today. What I'm going to talk about is my changes in my environment that I've come up with. So I've had to make a few changes because honestly of the sound of having my server rack right next to my workstation and my filming station. So I've had to implement quite a few changes to try and get things to be a better environment. I also thought I would take the opportunity to go over what I'm using for equipment here, so for filming these YouTube videos. So first of all, I've got these Canon video cameras. They're 1080p's. They are one's an R700, one's an R800. They didn't have the 700 after the fact, so I bought the replacement 800, and I have extended batteries for both of them. I've also got tripods and mini tripods and all those sorts of accessories. Then I have purchased a couple of stands, one for my web camera, which I am using Logitech CX, I think it's a CX290. It's their best model with stereo microphone. Not that I use the stereo microphone, but since it was their best 1080p model, I thought I would snatch it up. And then over here to my sound, I am running a condenser microphone and a screen shield. The condenser microphone, I actually find it works really good at keeping the background noise out, even though it's right next to the server rack. As you can see, it's directly behind it. It is a FI Fine model and a USB, about 50 bucks Canadian. Not bad at all. In my school environments, we use the snowballs, and we have a couple of the Blue Yetis, and I find this one just as good. In fact, I think it picks up less background noise, so I like it. I've added the hard P and F screen in front of it to kind of soften those. I know I'm a little hard with them myself. And then I've just made a custom screen behind it out of some baffling. And that's just one extra layer I've added to try and block the sound from my server cabinet. Now, inside my server cabinet, I've added just a layer of this foam, which I've made out of a camping sleeping mat. So it did help a little bit, but I do think most of the noise is coming out of the front end. So here's the front of the server, and what I've done now is I had been using my dual core Xeon, but it was amping up and creating a lot of noise for me. So what I ended up doing was taking it and lowering it 1 U in the shelf, and then putting my server, my R310, directly underneath of it. And that way I was able to squeeze in this rack mount home build. It's currently an i5 running 8 gigs of RAM, and it's soon going to be an i7 running 16 gigs of RAM. So that is currently my editing machine, and it's running Linux Mint. So those are the changes in the rack. Everything else has kind of stayed the same. I did take out the spacer plate that I had my labeling on. It's currently out, and I'm going to put it up here with cable management directly above it as well. So just a couple of changes just to fine tune things, because at the end of the day, when I get everything all set up, I want to have my cables all managed, but right now I'm still figuring out exactly how I want to do things. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm changing the dual Xeon is going to now become my Proxmox server. Instead of purchasing another R310, I'm going to use it. It does not have redundant power supplies like the R310 does, but it does allow me to set up a simple RAID 1 on it. In fact, if I want to, I could put Proxmox on an internal drive on another controller, and then have my RAID 1 for my VM machine. So I'll play around with that in another video. But anyway, those are the changes. I just wanted to do a quick update short on that, and I'm going to inject this into the enterprise stream, and that way people know what's going on. So I'm trying to get my sound quality even better and better. I'm probably going to order some nocturne fans and put them in my 310, and if that works well, I'll get some more nocturne fans and put them in my precision workstation. The other change I'm looking to do is the Dell Power Connect switch is rather loud, and I'm thinking that the sound quality on the Unify not the Unify 250 watt, just the Unify 24 port switch is significantly quieter. So I'm thinking, because I'm using my power over Ethernet injectors rather than a powered switch, I can get rid of the Power Connect switch and put in a very low dB noise Ubiquity switch. Then that will also let me do a future video on VLANing through the Ubiquity switch and the USG, which are over there. So I will end that here and talk to you next time.